Draw your last pathetic card so I can end this, Yugi.
My grandpa's deck has no pathetic cards, Kaiba. But it does contain... What the fuck?
Alright guys, before I get into the actual combo about this deck, I just want to let you know it's not a competitive deck, so don't play this deck thinking you're going to win every game. It's more of just a fun deck for those that want to have a cool combo using the Neo-Spacian cards. So this deck is based around a 3-card combo. The first card is Final Destiny. What this card does is it allows you to discard 5 cards from your hand to destroy all cards on the field. Then, once the way is clear, you can activate Miracle Contact. This card allows you to shuffle into your deck, from your hand, field, or graveyard, the fusion material monsters that are listed on an Elemental Hero fusion monster that lists Elemental Hero Neos as a fusion material. Then, special summon that fusion monster from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. So basically, you're going to be summoning a big fusion monster using the cards you just discarded with Final Destiny, since this does work on cards in the graveyard. At this point, you go into the battle phase, swing at your opponent for roughly 3000 damage. And this is when you activate the very final piece of the combo, Contact Out. This card allows you to return one Neos fusion monster you control to the extra deck. If all the fusion material monsters listed on that fusion monster are in your deck, which they are, thanks to Miracle Contact's effect, you can special summon them. This will then give you 2 to 3 monsters to swing at your opponent to get that little bit more damage to finish him off. The big Elemental Hero monsters you're going to be targeting are Elemental Hero Chaos Neos, Elemental Hero Glow Neos, and Elemental Hero Dark Neos. For this deck, all of their effects are completely irrelevant. Maybe in some situations during the game you'll get to use them, but for the actual combo of the deck, you will not be using any of their effects. The only thing you want to take note of is the attack stat and the amount of monsters used to fusion summon them. So the most ideal fusion monster you'll be using is Elemental Hero Chaos Neos, because this card, 1, it has 3000 attack, so it has more attack than the others, and 2, once you use Contact Out, it will give you 3 monsters instead of 2. The only reason you would summon the other elemental heroes over Chaos is simply because you don't have the resources required, so that's when you will go for a Glow Neos or a Dark Neos. The monsters you'll be using for your fusion summon and the cards you will target using Contact Out will be Neo-Spacian Glowmoss, Neo-Spacian Dark Panther, and Elemental Hero Neos. Of these cards, the only one that has an effect that's actually relevant for the deck is Glowmoss. This card actually does have a way to help you delay if you don't have your combo pieces in your hand already. What its effect does is that when this card attacks or is attacked, your opponent draws 1 card, reveal it, and based on the type, you apply 1 effect. If it's a monster, you end the battle phase. If it's a spell, if this card is attacking, you change it to a direct attack. If it's a trap card, change this card to defense position. So basically, if your opponent swings at this monster, if they then draw a monster card using Glowmoss's effect, you'll just end the battle phase. So as long as they keep drawing monster cards, you'll be safe. Dark Panther does have the effect that once per turn you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, and until the end phase, while you control this face-up card, this card's name and effects become those of the target. So it can be used in some weird-ass situations where you can just copy one of your opponent's really big monsters and then use its effect to destroy whatever they have. But generally, it's just going to be a 1000 point beat stick once you use Contact Out. And the final cards in the deck are Convert Contact, Wing Kuriboh, and the Flute of Summoning Kuriboh. Convert Contact is a very simple card. You activate it, send 1 Neo-Spacian monster from your hand and 1 from the deck to the graveyard, then draw 2 cards. So not only does this card help you cycle really quickly through the deck to get to your combo pieces, it also puts whatever Neo-Spacian monsters you want into the graveyard from your deck or your hand, so that when you do try to fusion summon, you'll have the pieces required. Wing Kuriboh is in here because it's the best delay card in Duel Links. Basically, when your opponent swings at it or if they destroy it and it is sent to the graveyard, for the rest of this turn you take no battle damage. To go with this card, you run the Flute of Summoning Kuriboh. What this card does is it adds 1 Kuriboh or 1 Ring Kuriboh from your deck to your hand, or special summon 1 Kuriboh or Ring Kuriboh from your deck. Generally with this card you want to set it and activate it during your opponent's turn, because if you don't have to, you don't want to summon a Kuriboh to the board. You'd prefer to add 1 to your hand so you have more cards to discard. The very final piece to this deck, and a very essential piece to this deck, is the skill. The skill you run with this deck is Last Gamble. What this skill does is it can be used turn 5 and onward. You reduce your life points to 100 and discard 2 cards from your hand. Then roll a die and draw cards equal to the number rolled. The skill can be used once per duel. The reason this skill is actually so essential to the deck is because Final Destiny requires a lot of cards to be discarded. So this skill allows you to have a lot of cards in your hand, provided you get a high dice roll. It also has some synergy with Miracle Contact in that the cards you discard to activate the skill can then just be used to fusion summon. Right guys, that's basically it for the talking part of this video. The rest of this video will just be 5 gameplays showing this deck in action. If you liked the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment if you got any questions. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.
Hey, big brother, can I watch SpongeBob?
Shut up, Mokuba. I'm busy flagging YouTube videos to compensate for the fact that I have an extremely small penis.
Oh.